All right, we are back. Welcome back. Thirsty Thursday here, and a not so sweaty ball sack. I am RJ Miliaccio, the return of the redoubtable one himself, Mr. Tom Izzo, back in the hizzy. Glad to have you back, brother. Missed you.
Glad to be back. Yeah, I'm glad that I'm no longer a shirt.
No, well, look, that shirt had some appeal to it.
This guy was talking to a shirt last week.
I know. By the way,
it's a shame.
Dr. Nailsmith, yep, next Thursday, 1 o'clock. All right. Look, it's just me, a notebook, and a couch. Relax. Anyway, nothing to worry about. Anyway, welcome back.
Is that your therapist?
No, it's a joke. I made his name up. I'm in denial. I'm stubborn and in denial.
Have you touched on therapy at all?
Yeah. No.
Never. You've never gone to therapy?
No, because they would end up needing therapy from
me. Dude, I've been to therapy. It's actually...
I didn't say it was... I'm not judging it.
No. I'm trying to convince you to go do it.
Why?
Because it makes you feel good.
You think I need therapy?
I think everybody could use to talk to somebody.
I'm talking to you right now.
Not like that.
I'm not paying $100 an hour to do it. It's more fun this way. Anyway.
You can do it through insurance. Sometimes your work has things, or you can get it free therapy. I'm seriously. If anybody's listening, and the benefits of just like talking to somebody who doesn't know a damn thing about you and isn't necessarily going to give you solutions. Therapy is not about getting solutions, in my opinion.
Okay.
I've had therapists who did that and they sucked.
Really?
Yeah.
So you want a non-goal oriented therapist? Just a pair of ears.
So it's got to start as a pair of ears. Okay. Then we work on techniques to, change the way you think and improve the way you think. But in my experience, I've had therapists that you sit down and then that first session, they're solving your problems. And to me, that's not genuine because you don't know me. You can't solve my problems in 1 minute. We have to establish a relationship. You got to listen to who I am, and then we can work together.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Or you could talk to a really good friend.
Of course, no, but it's different.
Or your wife.
It's different.
It is different.
You can go with your wife.
This was not on the docket tonight, but that's what we do.
Therapy with the spouse is actually pretty solid. I don't do this a lot. I should do more of it, but I have done it, and I think it's positive.
And I understand that. I can see why people have had success, have seen improvement. So I know it works. So anyway.
I'm going to get this man to go to therapy.
Listen, I'm going to need therapy after that. Listen,
If there are any therapists listening and you're willing to give a free session to my dude right here and me, 2 free sessions.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Look it up.
The goodness of their heart, yeah.
No, I mean, we could promote their business on IDD.
For those of you that don't know, IDD, we are back. Obviously, we are back. And clearly, we haven't been apart for a week.
It's sponsored by therapy.
Sponsored by any therapist.
Generic therapy.
Generic therapy. Welcome back to I Don't Disagree. I don't even know what to make of that. The competitive, non-competitive, sometimes British, sometimes brash, whatever, talk show. RJ, Tom, I think I introduced this earlier, but that rant just threw me.
RJ, I go by Tommy, Dan.
That was like Tommy boy, Tommy, T.I., like P.I., but T.I. So welcome back to I Don't Disagree. It is Thursday. The weekend is upon us here. This is a perfect night. I think temperature-wise,
Look at the moon.
The moon is out. This is a nice, comfortable, fun pre-start to the weekend night.
It is.
Football is back. Actually, both our teams are slugging it out right now up in Gillette Stadium in a preseason game.
There are a few things I despise more than preseason football.
Which I have a feeling we're going to talk about today.
I can't stand
Just a thought. We're going to talk about this, and I want to talk about why it's a necessary evil, because I know why he thinks the way he does, and I'm not going to say it.
But you know what I think it is? It shouldn't be televised. It's necessary. It shouldn't be televised. Because all it does is make me negative.
Why? Half the guys you're looking at aren't going to be there.
Exactly.
That's part. It's a tryout.
So if the game goes well, it doesn't mean anything.
But
if the game goes crappy, it doesn't mean anything.
But what if you saw a guy that you thought should have made the team and maybe he gets cut in the final cut?
Then that's going to piss me off.
There you go.
No matter what happens, I'll be negative about it.
But no, but that thing that you can sit there and say, like, when this is about, look at this, people are judging these coaches all the time. Fans in particular. So preseason football, I'll tell you why it is necessary.
The owners should be doing it.
Because everybody should be doing it. You think the owners don't listen to the fans? I got news for you. When the stands are empty, the owners. I did. I slipped it in there. It's pretty good. I thought it was pretty good.
When the stands
So I'm saying, but if the stands are empty, then the owners are going to listen to the fans then, because that speaks volumes. Okay, so if there are guys that they're saying, look, you in today's world,
The
technology,
stands are only empty when the team stinks.
true,
right?
But why does a team stink? Personnel.
Unless you're
If they don't get the right
Cowboys.
people, what if you're looking at? What if you? Well, yeah, that's different. It's the other way around. It's backwards with them, which I'm happy to say. But anyway, so I think it's one thing Tom and I do agree on is the demise, the continuing mediocrity. Oh, it's him.
should I announce why I'm using this cup?
They're going to figure it out. They're smart. Our viewers they're smart. They're smart.
I just want to announce
They're
this.
smart.
Okay, so you might see me holding my kid's Super Mario cup.
I thought it was
wondering
yours.
if I'm dipping. So I'm not sure if I've told the audience of IDD, but I've quit cigarettes.
Still, right? We're still going.
Still.
What's the count at, by the way?
Monday was a month, 4 weeks.
Boom. See, folks, it can happen. It can be done.
So-
That's awesome.
One of the techniques to kick in the habit, sunflower seeds. Put them in your mouth, cracking them,
Spitting them,
Spitting
cracking them.
them,
Yep, all that good
eating
stuff.
them.
Yep, all that good stuff.
it takes place of the fixation of the cigarette.
Yeah.
So
There you go.
you see me doing that. I know
A
it's kind
healthy-
of gross, but just work with me here. I'm
A
trying
healthy alternative.
Yeah, definitely better.
This from a man who had my walls to be repainted because he busts ass in here. Kind of hypocritical, don't you think, Tom? Just a thought.
Are you saying that's bad for your health?
Yes, I am.
Oh, like you don't flatulate?
Just I try to keep it off camera. Meaning I try to limit the damage.
Off camera or not, your fart does the same
Unlike
damage.
you, who keep trying to recreate Hiroshima, and there have been times when you've been close. So
Look, I apologize if I've ever passed gas while we're doing the show.
He doesn't mean that. Because his eyes, you can't smell it.
It's true.
That's true.
I mean, we really do need that technology, though.
We do. I agree.
So we can hear through video. We can see through video.
Yeah.
We can talk through video.
Sure.
But we can't smell through video. Why not? Why not?
I don't. If I knew the answer to that, okay, believe me, we would not be sitting in here. We would be sitting on the beach that we bought. Okay, we own the beach.
Because you're saying you would have
We'd be so
created the
freaking
technology.
rich. Are you kidding me? If you could actually smell the other person, oh my
Yeah,
god!
but I mean, the answer to that question is easy. We have not come up with the technology to
No.
make that happen.
I don't even know where to start with that. Like, I don't even know what. No, just I don't even know what subject to tackle with that. Where to go?
I mean, it seems like the same way video is like, a signal.
Video's improved a lot of it.
You could,
I mean,
you could
this.
somehow transmit a smell signal
Yes.
using some form of teleporting technology.
I've heard people say if you can dream it, you can make it a reality. And there have been times when that has been proven factual. So
Could you imagine if we come up with that?
I would, oh my God, our lives would be set forever. Our children's lives would be set forever. if we come up with something like that. That'd be great.
Damn, but we're not going to do it.
No, so we'll have to settle for the show instead. Anyway, so I don't disagree with that, okay? So we're going to start with baseball. We're 8 minutes in. This segment might be, I haven't had a chance to depose this witness on. I expect I asked for a little attitude. You're supposed to say very little. Anyway, so we're going to start with baseball because the man over here has nothing negative to say. But I have faith he'll find something. So the Braves, I called it. We have it on tape. He's going to go back and look. I said 3 or 4. 3 definitely, possibly 4, and they ended up taking 4. And he doesn't believe that I said that, but it's on tape. You saw it. You heard it. So anyway, we'll go back to that. Well, he will go back to it later, so I can laugh at him. But anyway,
So the Mets.
The Mets. So I'm going to give him the floor because honestly, after all the he has earned this time, the Mets have stepped up. Literally, they're like, no, we're for real, and now here we go. Here's the strength. We are there. If they have, it's like Billy Mills when he routed you may not believe it, but Mills is starting his kick. The Olympic 10,000. Billy Mills, 1968, came back, won the gold medal. Anyway, not here nor there. But this is the Mets starting their kick, and people didn't think they had one. So anyway, we're going to give him the floor. The Mets are currently at a 6.5 or 7.5 in front right now. The division.
There's 7 games up on the
Seven,
Braves.
not only that, they have passed the New York Spankies for the second best record now because the Dodgers are the other one. This is here's the thing that's for me as a sports fan. Right now, if you could put 2 teams in the NL tomorrow who would you pick? You pick the Mets and the Dodgers. You'd love to see this series, and this may happen. And if these two teams keep going like this, I think it's going to happen. That's going to be must-see TV, me personally. And I'm not a fan of either one of them. Okay, in fact, I hate both cities. Okay, it's like, ugh. So point is, but still, as a competitor, you want to see great competition. That, I think you would agree, would be a hell of a series. Okay, so maybe that comes to fruition. But right now, they look like far and away. Those two and the Astros. And
Are you gonna let me talk about these?
So
Mets?
yeah. Anyway, we're gonna start with obviously baseball. The Mets. Tom, you had the floor. Give me all the good stuff. What have you seen recently? Start with the right before that.
Start at the trade deadline.
Start with the trade deadline.
Okay, so day after the trade deadline, I was a little disappointed. The day of the trade deadline, the Mets lost to the Nationals. The Mets, were looking to make a big splash with a big bat, catcher, more bullpen arms. All they got was a reliever from the Cubs at the last minute. So I was like down on that Wednesday last week when we went to the Mets Nationals game. And lo and behold, in that game, one of the pieces that the Mets acquired, Daniel Vogelbach, they acquired him before the trade deadline. Under the radar, this guy's not flashy. He's shaped like me. He hits a grand slam.
Oh, yeah.
So, of course, the Mets pretty much blow away the Nats.
Which we expected.
Yeah. Then we had the Braves coming to town for 5 games in 4 days.
Yes.
And
Donnie in the Brook. Well, it was supposed to be.
Yeah, it was supposed to be, but the Mets really dominated that series from start to finish. Mm-hmm. They had one game, the second game of the series, Taijuan Walker had a really bad start. Gave up 8 runs in the first 2 innings. Mm-hmm. But the Mets did not stop playing. They bounced the Braves starter in the 4th inning, so they had to use their bullpen. They scored 5 runs. They made a game of it.
Yeah, they did.
And lost 8 or I think 9-6.
9-6. It actually wasn't as bad as it started. No, but that shows you that the team doesn't know how to quit.
Right, and they didn't let the Braves coast in that game.
Nope.
So therefore, the next day, which was a doubleheader, then the Mets swept it.
Yep.
Then they won on Sunday and took 4 or 5.
4 or 5.
And went from 3 games up to 7 games up.
And it was 2.5 to 4, 6.5.
Yeah, something like that.
Yep.
So it was an amazing weekend. And then on Sunday, when DeGrom went against Strider, DeGrom was ridiculous. He was 5 2/3 inning perfect.
12 strikeouts?
Yeah. 5 2/3 innings perfect.
Man was on a tear.
At least 2 strikeouts in every inning.
Man was on a tear.
And he gave up a walk and then a home run, and they pulled him. But Strider, the Braves starter, who the Mets bounced in the 3rd inning, so he didn't go 3 innings. He said the Mets have been getting lucky on offense lately. Good for them. We'll see what it looks like in September and October.
I'm sensing a rant.
Well,
it's like when if you're like a surfer in Hawaii, and you can kind of look over and you start seeing a set come in, and you know it before everybody else does because you've seen it. This would be that moment. So anyway, he didn't drop that for any reason. So Tom?
No. So this Braves pitcher, one of the best pitchers in the league, basically
he is.
Gets pushed around by the Mets offense. They make him throw an insane amount of pitches.
They wear him down.
And he's gone by before he finishes 3 full innings. And he's going to sit there and say, the Mets got lucky. Okay, which day did the Mets get lucky on? Was it the first night when they beat you? Was it the second night when you jumped out to an 8-0 lead and only won 9-6? Was it Saturday when you got swept in a doubleheader? Or was it Sunday in the game you pitched where you couldn't even complete 3 innings? Which day were they lucky? That's all I want to know. I just think it's so weak
Inquiring Mets fans want to know.
To get beat and call the other team lucky. Whether it's true or not.
Well, here's the problem with the statement. Okay? There are times when you can say that and you can probably get away with it. But when one team is clearly the dominant team over 5 games, you can't say that.
No, you have to chalk that up to performance.
You have to sit there and tip your cap to your opponents. They were better.
Right.
Now, he could have stopped. Look, all right, this weekend they got us.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay?
Exactly.
They were better. We got to learn from this because we may see them again.
Yeah, I don't expect him.
If he said that, no harm, no foul. At least but to say that,
I don't expect him to drop to his knees and say the Mets are the greatest thing.
No. You say they were the better team this weekend.
Serious,
yeah. You say, look, tip your captain. They were the better team right now. So when they made a statement, now we got to respond.
Now what he's talking to is analytics, which I think is a weak way to use analytics. I like analytics. But here's a part where I think it's really a weak excuse. So they have a stat now called BABIP, which means batting average on balls in play. Okay. So the Mets have, hit a hot streak where their batting average on balls in play is a little outrageous. Okay, because you take the typical team or the typical individual and you look at their batting average on balls in play, and, if it's in the high 300s, it's like, hey, you're getting pretty lucky there. Because according to stats, most people have a batting average of balls in play at,
well, wait a minute, though. That's a cumulative stat that is taken over a period of time. So normally this is just me, forget the sport for a minute, but usually when people have stats and they have a cumulative, that's taken over a period of time which shows a pattern. Okay, and I was always taught, because I had a hell of a father, that luck is when preparation meets opportunity. He gave me a definition, okay, which I had never heard the definition before. I just thought luck was luck. You had a horseshoe up your ass or something. But no, he broke it down. Luck is when preparation meets opportunity. And I was like, what does that mean? It means if you prepare the right way and you are diligent in that, then when that opportunity comes where something can go either way, luck, or whatever you're going to call it, is going to be on your side. The opportunity, you're going to know what to do when the opportunity presents itself because you prepared that way. And that was the best freaking answer I've ever heard to luck. Okay? So I don't believe in luck. Okay? Personally, as an athlete, as a competitor, as a coach, I coached for 20 years. I don't believe in luck. I believe in luck is when preparation meets opportunity. And by the way, the team that out-prepares the other one generally is the one that gets lucky. Yeah. Okay? Yeah. And when I say generally, it's more like 90-10. It's not really generally, it's most of the time. So to me, that's what luck is. So for this professional, who to his point, he's one of the best pitchers in baseball. For him to say that,
it's weak.
It's weak.
It's weak.
It is weak. I actually agree with you on that.
And I don't care about the whole, these batting average on balls in play, it gives you a more accurate reading on the actual balls that get put in play. Out of those balls, how many hits do you have? Because that can be impacted by a really good defensive play.
It's one thing if they take that over a 3-game series. That's a small sample size. Okay. Right. But if that's over, how many games have we played? What are they, 100 games in?
Something.
That's not luck anymore. Yeah. Okay? That's not. You are what you are at that point. Okay? That's not luck anymore. They've been doing that all year. That is.
But the thing is, even if it was, take some pride as somebody doing your job. When somebody does something better than you, it's okay to say, hey, they did that really good.
Yeah.
They did it better than me. That's all you have to say. Jacob deGrom went 5 2/3 perfect while you couldn't get out of the third inning. You got beat. That's it. Just admit it. It doesn't mean the Mets are officially better than you for the rest of the season.
No, they did better this weekend.
Those 5 games.
They were better this weekend. Or last weekend.
And the series before that in Atlanta when we didn't have Marte and we didn't have we had Scherzer.
Yeah, Scherzer.
We didn't have DeGrom.
You took 2 out of 3, didn't you?
We didn't have McNeil. Yeah. We took 2 out of 3 in their house.
So you are basically won 6 of the last 8.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's not luck.
No.
That means you're winning 75% of the time right now.
We're 8-4 against them this year.
Yeah. That means you're winning 2 out of 3.
Yeah. Because we split a 4-game series in New York with them earlier.
You played 12 times and you win 2 out of every 3. That's not. That's called a pattern.
Right.
Okay.
Don't tell me we're getting lucky.
That means that all things being equal, they're better than you are. It's just that simple. So, and obviously, can injuries? There's some things that can happen. Sure, but if you're going by that right there, that's detailed data, the Mets are the better team.
Right.
And it's reflected in the fact they have a 6.5 or 7-game lead, which they've been in first place all season. 7. They've been in first place all season. When they were in their mini slump, and he was ready to jump off the Titanic and all this other crap, they were still in first place. Okay, and I've been saying this all along.
Well, I've also been seeing video the night that the Braves cut the Mets lead to a half game. Austin Riley, got interviewed after the game, and they were like, Mets lost tonight. Y'all are only a half game back. And he was like, yeah, we're coming for them. And now it's 7 games.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Mets even saw that. But,
I have a
it's
feeling
fun to
they did.
banter about
In the
that.
world of technology, knowing how coaches will take anything and everything, the good ones do. Because you got to find a way. It's hard.
You think Buck would have showed them a clip of that?
Hell yes, he would have. And why wouldn't he? I would have. Because the guy said it.
Yeah,
By
but
the way,
you don't know that Buck is that coach.
Buck's been pretty successful. I'd be willing to bet he's that kind of coach. Because the thing about it is,
But he's also a coach that likes to clear the noise. He doesn't like to bring a lot.
But when
of
you're in a
bullshit.
big series against 2 very evenly matched teams, at least on paper, you got to find an edge. And when the other team gift wraps it to you, only an idiot wouldn't take advantage of it. Because, by the way, what if they took 4 out of 5 after saying that, and then a reporter who saw that clip goes, "You didn't even show this to them?" Or asked that question. And then he goes, "Well, I don't believe." Well, why didn't you show it to them?
Yeah, but what if the Mets are so locked in they don't need that shit?
I am not in the locker room. I don't. That could be true too. 2 things can be true here. Okay, the Mets may already be locked in. It's like, let's throw another log. By the way, what's wrong with throwing another log on the fire? Let's, hey, this dickhead thinks this. What do you think of that, boys? Honestly, I would show that clip and I'd look at them and go, "Who's been in first place all year?" Okay. Do I have to say anything else to you right now? Do you need me to say anything else to you right now? Because Dickwad over here, okay, thinks that you're a fluke. You're lucky. You're this. I'm just going to open the door and get out.
Yeah, that really pissed me off. And
I'm saying a good coach, Bill
I hope
Belichick
it
would
pisses
do
them
this.
off, too.
Red Auerbach. I can't tell you enough stories of how many coaches tell a story like this.
Yeah.
After when they're done playing, it's over. They go back and, "Oh, this is what happened." I'll give you a good one since.
No, don't change the subject.
All right,
from the Mets.
well, we're going to say
Come
it.
on.
All right, get back to the
I
Mets.
was ranting about the Mets
I know you were. I was agreeing with you.
and about Strider.
And I was agreeing with you.
All right, so we can all agree that was completely Bush League, weak. I thought the Braves were better than that. Honestly,
It was immature.
and maybe as a team they are better than that, but that was just whack. And I really hope when we go to Atlanta a week from now and play 4, I hope we do the same shit we've been doing to y'all.
All you got to do is get 2.
Right. Because you're
Yeah,
gonna get Scherzer,
You're
and DeGrom.
Yeah,
again.
you get just get 2.
And-
Just get 2. Yeah, we can
that
split with you here.
In that 4-game series, they're getting Scherzer and DeGrom again.
So they should get 2.
They should get 2.
They should get 2. That's where you're like, all right, we'll get 2 and go for 3, and then really put your foot on their neck.
Yeah.
Make them fear you, make them not want to play you. I mean, my father used. Actually, great book, Sons to the Art of War. Okay, if you haven't read it, definitely read it. Wars are won or lost before shots ever fired. Trust me on that. Trust me on that. It's all up here. Yeah. And if they go down there in a week and they take 3 out of 4,
oh God,
my God.
Yeah, that might
if you're Atlanta, what the hell are you thinking? You're like, okay, that's what's that now? 9 out of 14 they've beat us.
Yeah.
Or not? Yeah, whatever. I mean, God, are you going to have confidence facing that team on the road because they're going to have home field?
That'd be 10 out of 14.
10 out of 14. Would you be confident going in if they're healthy? No, you're not. You're not going to be confident. You have no reason to be confident. They beat you 10 out of 14 times. They've owned your ass.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Well, maybe it's 11.
Well, they won 6 out of the last. They're 8-4 for this year, right?
8-4. Yeah.
If they'd be 11, they'd be 11-5 against them if they took 3 out of 4. Which, by the way, that's 2 out of every 3 times you play to them you lose. Almost 3 out of 4. That's. I mean, look at my father taught me this when I was 10. Whenever you put a team down, you put them down not just to make them understand, but to make the next opponent who's going to read about it in the paper to understand. Okay. And my father was good at this. My father kept all the, when we were playing basketball and football, he kept all the stats and people's records. He would tell this to a bunch of 10-year-olds, 11-year-old kids. He'd be like, yeah, that team, by the way, that's tied with you, they only beat them by a touchdown. But it was on their field. You got them here. Beating them by a touchdown here, because you have to see the team later. We go out, we beat them 35-7. Yeah, let him see that. Because they're going to read about it in the paper. So he was all about.
I don't know that the Mets can do that. They can't just squash them because
I didn't say
the Braves are a good team.
They are a good team.
I can't believe the Mets were able to sweep a doubleheader on them.
They built this roster to win a World Series. I don't know how many times I got to say it to you, but you're looking at a World Series roster. You know why? Because a World Series contender can do that. You're right, Tom. Most teams can't do it, but there's 3 or 4 teams in this league that can. And guess what, Tom? Your Mets are one of them. Well, it's just that simple.
It's just
that simple.
It's hard for me to accept. God damn it. Okay?
I understand that. This is like therapy. This isn't the first
is.
time we've had this session. You guys have seen basically all of them. Actually,
Yeah,
no,
but you're not letting the patient talk.
I know what the patient's going to say.
See, that's not good therapy.
How? You've been saying the same damn things as I mentioned.
Listen to the patient.
What are you going to say differently this time than the previous 300 times we've had this conversation?
Nothing different.
So
But I need to say it. First of all, we haven't had this conversation 300 times.
How long have I known?
I had to tell you who was on the Mets 3 weeks ago for you to even know who was on there.
I don't follow the Mets.
So you're like, I told you 300 times. This
I know. I saw the moves.
I've been watching them every day.
I saw who they got in the offseason. Who they brought in. No, I saw that on ESPN. Dude, I've seen who they brought in. I just remember a name, but I didn't see it. Okay.
You knew Scherzer was on the team.
No, and I knew I knew about DeGrom. I didn't know how good DeGrom was. I knew he was good.
But DeGrom's been gone all year.
I know, but I know when he's healthy, he's one of the best pitchers. I've known that. I just haven't seen him in a while. So when I saw the other day, I'm like, holy shit, he looks better than he's ever looked.
But
you would agree with that.
But can he even make 10 starts? That's the thing about him.
Well, that's always the question mark. But if he stays like this, and he's still on a pitch count, right? They haven't turned him loose, right?
No.
So I mean, they know this. They've learned from. They're ratcheting him up for the postseason. He probably won't pitch a 7 or 8 inning game in the rest of the season if they can avoid it. And with a 7-game lead right now, they can avoid it. They don't have to do this. This is the beauty of building a lead like this, because when you have to do certain things to preserve a guy if he's got a track record, you now have the wiggle room to do it. Yeah. Whereas if it's a half game, then every day it's like you're looking in this, you're like, you know what I mean? Now it's all hands on deck. Now he's got to go 8, 9 innings. Now he's got to go 130 pitches or something stupid like that.
But here's the other thing is now it's getting interesting with the Phillies because the Phillies have actually
Phillies are a good team. I said that to you too.
Yeah,
they were good.
I said they weren't that good, and you were like, "Are they in it?" Like,
yeah, and they're still.
They were sloppy as shit early in the year.
Okay,
super sloppy.
But what does that speak to? But now they're not so sloppy. What does that mean?
Well, they fired their coach. They fired Joe Girardi.
Yep.
And as soon as they fired Girardi, everything changed.
Yeah.
Now they also made trades at the deadline.
That's what we call a shot across the bow.
They made good trades.
That's management telling the players it's him first. But that's what we call a warning shot across the bow. Okay?
No, but I mean Philly pays all their players money.
They do. But the point
they're not afraid to write checks.
No, they're not. But the point is they can also do things like trade you to a weather station above the Arctic Circle if you don't perform.
It's kind of nice because now that Phillies, they're not 20 games over, but they're looking much better. Mm-hmm. Now this series this weekend with the Mets is big in a way, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. It's not going to win or lose the division for the Mets, but I think they need to punch Philly in the mouth.
They're a team you could see down the road.
Right.
And you have to send
and they need to go ahead and say, boom, we're better than you.
You got to put that, is what I'm talking about. You got to plant this seed. And I said this while you were gone.
They need to do it
loud
and clear.
I was talking about the Mets when I said this, I believe. The more games you win, the bigger the ones in front of you get. For a million reasons, and that's just one of them. Yeah. Right? I said this, Philly's a playoff contender. There's a very good chance they could run into them in the postseason. You got to let them know right now you don't want to see us.
Well, because top of the rotation, Philly's built like the Mets.
Their top two are good.
Zach Wheeler,
their top two
who's
an
ex-Met, by the way, that the Mets decided not to pay. And they should have paid him. Zach Wheeler's their 1. Aaron Nola's their 2. Nola's as good as a 1.
They have a 1 and a 1A basically.
But he's had some struggles. Then they traded for Syndergaard.
I remember that.
Ex-Met. So they got 2.
Oh, I know he was an ex-Met.
He started with, the Mets got him from Toronto's farm system when they traded.
All right, so they didn't draft him. They traded for him.
But he didn't reach the majors until he was with the Mets.
Okay.
So he feels like a Met, like a home run.
How long was he with the Mets?
5 years. Till the end of his rookie contract.
No, that's fair. That's 5 years.
And he was on the Mets starting rotation when they went to the World Series in 2015. Yeah.
Why'd they let him go?
Because he had been faced a lot of injuries.
Oh, he couldn't stay healthy.
Years he had thrown like 10 pitches for the Mets. They offered him $18 million, and he went to the Angels for 21. I think that's weak.
That is weak when the team you were on was in the World Series. And there's a million ways to make up $3 million.
Well, and the team
that's easy. That's one commercial.
And the team you were on has just paid you the past 2 years. And you did nothing.
That's you putting your face on a poster at a freaking gas station for beer or something. That's so easy to make up $3 million. It's not even funny.
But it's his money. I don't care. Whatever.
$3 million.
I know, but he can do whatever he wants. I don't mean to get down.
Well, look, no, they're
like,
good.
Sign wherever you want. Yeah.
Look, they're good. He's doing well.
But so
it's
now,
not like
now he got traded from the Angels to the Phillies. So they have Wheeler, Nola, Ranger Suarez, Noah Syndergaard, and I don't know who the hell else. Okay.
They had three. The first three are good.
They're good. Yeah.
Well,
first two are really
that's
good.
That's a team you have to
So that's why this weekend we have Scherzer, DeGrom, Bassett.
Are they lined up with you? Are there three lined up with your three?
No. So, Scherzer's going around.
That would be good to see.
Ranger Suarez.
Yeah.
DeGrom is going against Wheeler, I believe.
That'll be good. Yeah, that'll be good.
And then Sunday is Bassett against Nola, which will be. I mean, Bassett's a good pitcher too, but Nola.
They sound like a, dare I say it, Tom, good team, who you have to deal with. And yeah, it's a big series. You have to send a message. No, they're not going to lose first place over it, but that's a team you can see.
Yeah.
And you don't want to give them any confidence.
Yeah, because they could win a wild card round
easily.
And then boom.
You got three starters that good? You can easily win a wild card round.
And they went out and got the Cubs closer, David Robertson.
That was the guy I wanted the Red Sox to get, and that was the
Mets could have got him. Mets ended up getting a different guy from the Cubs.
I don't know what the Red Sox. We're not going to talk about those.
The Red Sox,
they're done.
They pissed me off getting swept by the Braves these past 2 games.
They're done. They're just frauds. I mean, they're frauds. And look, I was joking. I'll say it before. He wasn't here. I'll say it again. I was joking, Chris Sale. Okay, here's one.
Did he fall off a bike?
This. Oh my God, this happened. But if you have,
you got to wrap that dude up. Bubble wrap.
I said this dude gets hurt taking a shower. This dude gets hurt out of bed, and he breaks his hand. Now, look, that happened in the game. That wasn't his fault.
He got hit by a ball.
But if you know this about yourself, and you're trying to get back on the field, why are you out on a bike ride? Yeah, someone explain this.
But who falls off a bike?
Chris Sale.
But that's my thing. Like
Chris Sale, who slips on the banana peel he left by the bed, that he cracks his head on the freaking mat. This is the same guy who get him.
Was he like mountain biking?
I don't know what he was doing.
I guess if you're an athlete and your body is basically making you tens of millions of dollars,
ride a fucking stationary bike. God knows there's enough of them at Fenway Park.
If you're rehabbing, you got to take.
You don't go out on a leisurely bike ride in the country with a broken finger. When you're a professional athlete.
Why can't you stay on the bike on a leisurely bike ride?
Why can't you just ride a stationary bike?
I know, but he probably would have fallen.
You ever heard of Peloton? He probably has a Peloton. That's
and he'd probably get his shoes caught in the pedals and he'd fall off and break a rib. Anyway, let's not go down that road.
I was not going to.
Mets, Phillies, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah. Scherzer, DeGrom.
Big series. It's a big series.
Bassett.
It's a big series.
It's a big series. And then from that series, they go to Atlanta for 4.
And that will be that's another one. So I mean,
that's another
these
one.
next 10 days. Look I said this when he was saying the more games you win,
the following week,
the bigger. There you go. The more games you win, the bigger the games in front of you get. And this is fun. This is the fun part. These are the games. Oh, Tom, you want to trade? You'd always be the 54 and about to be 59 shit sucks.
I would never trade. I love
exactly.
This.
So yeah. So
I'm not saying I want to trade.
So I would be giving to be where you are right now. So anyway, that's our baseball rant for this evening. Mets are on fire, and they're looking like what they look like.
Should we talk about Field of Dreams, or should we save that?
We'll save that for football. We're going to take a break. Segment 1, we'll come back. We're going to talk NFL. We're going to talk this Field of Dreams crap. We're going to talk Bill Russell getting his number retired by the entire league. And we're also going to talk about Mr. Cry Me River, Kevin Durant, who is trying to become public enemy number 1, and he is damn well on his way to doing it. He's almost making people forget about Cry Me, and that's damn near impossible to do. We're going to come back and talk about what he said in his meeting with his owner. And then you get to hear me rant a little bit. So anyway, it's Thirsty Thursday. Good to have you back. Good to have this man back. Missed him. Get a quick drink. Grab that frosty beverages. Thirsty Thursday. Weekend is upon us, and we are just getting warmed up here. We'll see you on the other side.